Go beyond Ancestry.com with America's Obituaries and Death Notices. Ancestry.com Library Edition is a great tool for researching your family history, but it isn't the only resource out there. If you've mostly used Ancestry up until now, it may be time to begin searching some other databases that can help you add more branches to your family tree. America's Obituaries and Death Notices is a library database from Newsbank that collects records from more than 3,600 newspapers nationwide, making them available through one fully searchable database. The database's records go back to 1860 in some of the larger newspapers, like the Chicago Tribune. However, most of the records available are much newer, from the 1980s and up. Obituaries are important sources of family history research because they contain information about a person's life, such as birth and death dates, and because they often contain information about who that person was related to. Access America's Obituaries and Death Notices on our genealogy and local history webpage at jesspublib.org/genealogy. If you are using the database from home, enter your library card number as your password. You can search all the records at the top of the page, but you can also narrow your search down by place and even newspaper. Since we're in Kentucky, I'm going to choose Kentucky on the map. Note that if I were to conduct my search now, I'd be telling the database to only look in Kentucky newspapers. Newsbank has full-text records of 72 newspapers in Kentucky. You can see from scanning the dates that most of the records are available from the 2000s, though some of the records go back to the 1980s. If your family lived locally, then you'll probably want to search the Jessamine Journal, available from 2005 onward. Note that we do have the Jessamine Journal available on microfilm from 1887 to 2005 if you need earlier dates. So I'm in the Jessamine Journal right now, searching the Jessamine Journal, and I'm going to look for R.J. Corman. So I'm going to type his name right here where it says name of deceased and hit search. So you can see I have one result, but it looks like it's an article about a corn maze that was built in Corman's memory and not his actual obituary. Since Corman was a pretty important figure in Jessamine County, I think I might need to revise my search. R.J. Corman also went by the name Rick, so I'm going to add that to my search term and put it in parentheses with the capitalized word "or" in between. And this is a good way to search for people if they went by more than one name. And you can see that this search pulled up the original corn maze article, as well as 2 additional articles. And this last one looks like it might be his actual obituary. So I'm going to click on that. This is his obituary, or the announcement that he died. You can see we get the full text of the article, and up at the top you get several different options, including the option to print the article, to save it as a PDF, or to email it. So what if I was still having trouble finding this obituary? One thing you might try is to browse by date instead of searching. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to click here on New Search, and you'll see that cleared out my search terms at the top here. but I'm still browsing inside the Jessamine Journal. So I know that Rick Corman died on August 23rd, 2013. So I'm going to go down here and click on 2013. And then I'm going to look for that date in the Jessamine Journal, and here it is. So here is another way to access that obituary. Now, usually a person's obituary will appear several days after their death, so keep in mind that you may need to look at a few different issue dates to find the obituary that you're looking for.